Alright guys, hello, how are you? Episode 64 of our Blackburn Rovers Football Manager 2017 save, and we have a problem. So you remember last episode when I said that I kind of kindly asked my board to negotiate a transfer for me? Well, the last time I asked my board to negotiate a transfer for me was probably FM12, and now I'm in trouble. So they've basically ended up bidding 25.5 million quid for this Serbian right back, and I don't want to spend 25.5 million quid on this Serbian right back. Got no idea whether there's any way I can stop this transfer coming through. I'm not spending 25.5 million quid on a 19-year-old Serbian right back. I mean, they've even offered him a contract, and they're probably offering him something ridiculous like 100k a week as well. Oh God, I don't know if there's a way I can stop him coming to the club. I really don't. But let's try to focus less on that mess. In fact, we signed someone, or we're on the verge of signing someone. He's Argentinian. Pedro Morales, central midfielder. This guy looks quality. 18 years old. 15, 14. If we can get all them up to 16, what a player we'll have on our hands. Certainly a centre midfielder for the future. And I think I'll just let his attributes do the talking as to why we've signed him. How much are we going to pay for him? Well, only 7.5 million quid from Independiente in Argentina, I believe. Yes, because of a release clause. So I'm really glad that our scouting team have been one of the first to spot him. And really, he's the kind of player you've just got to make a move for when he's that cheap. But of course, if you've just tuned in, this is going to be a bit of an important game for us. It's the East Lancashire derby against Burnley, one of the most, if not the most, fierce football rivalry in England. We have dropped down to second place, but beating Burnley would allow us to leapfrog Man United back into first place. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the game. Okie dokie, starting 11. Piak has been dropped because I'm sick and tired of him not scoring. It's going to be our new youngster Kunz who starts the game. A lot of pressure on his shoulders in an important game like this starting, but I have faith in him. Douglas is suspended, so Romeu comes in at defensive mid, and Danny Bath comes in at centre-back instead of Dumic. Simply because of his leadership attribute, I think that could be pretty important in an important derby like this. As far as Burnley are concerned, Mings on the left, Hinteregger, Mawson and Loughton make up the rest of the back for Vujovic in goal, with Schmeiderbach and Jordan Much in the middle of the park. Charleston on the right, Aaron Moy just playing off Danny Ings, who Burnley seem to have re-signed. And is that Seb Larsson? Sam Larsson, okay. I was thinking, bloody hell, Seb Larsson would be like 40 years old at the moment. Yeah, but other than that, no one really in their lineup scares me. But they are punching above their weight, considering they've just gotten promoted. They're 11th in the Premier League, and for us, this is really a must-win game. It's a cold, wet and windy afternoon at Ewood Park, and somewhat of a must-win game for us. Can't really afford to lose against this lot. And we do really need to win, because if, or when we do win rather, we'll take first place back in the Premier League. Was considering maybe putting on Andre Gray. Nano's goals. What is it with our passing recently? We might have to change training to ball control from defensive positioning, because we're not really conceding goals, but our passing has been atrocious at times. Alenya, finds Nano, shoots and scores. Well, I was just saying that Nano's goals had dried up. What was funny is, you know how I do tactical videos? So the next tactical video I'm working on is basically recreating Zinedine Zidane's kind of 4-3-3/4-4-2 diamond-esque formation, which is already done, by the way. I just need to sort the video out for it. And yeah, so we played against Eibar, because obviously I was testing it out with Real Madrid, and Nano scored against me, and I was just like, for the love of God, as if Nano's just scored against me. And I'm Real Madrid as well. Okay, back into the second half. So we've kind of dropped our passing directness a little bit, help us hold on to the ball. We've dropped our tempo as well, which again is kind of all working towards trying to ensure we hold on to that ball a little bit better, given that we are the home side. We have the quality to make a difference as long as we have the ball. And talking about having the ball, it's exactly what we have right now. Nano plays in Yang, who needs to score, and he does. And great goal, great team goal that was from the almighty Blackburn Rovers. And Burnley starting to sink. And good ball from Romeu. That's nice to see. I'm not going to lie, Douglas has been somewhat uninspiring since we signed him. I was kind of expecting a few more assists from him, I think. So we might have to take a look at his individual instructions. But we have a game against Man United in the EFL Cup coming up in a few days' time. So for that reason, I have no choice really but to sub off and buy Yang. It's going to be Piaka who will come on. Kunz will go out on the right-hand side now. And yeah, I think, do we want to make any more changes? Rog hasn't exactly been phenomenal. I think we'll bring on Nigel, give him some game time in a derby like this. Had to get that right mix of, you know, first team players and players who are kind of maybe second string players. And Kerem Demirbay is coming back from injury, so he basically has to get some game time under his belt, so I'll sub him on as well. But other than that, Burnley haven't really threatened. They've only really had one shot on target versus our 6. Oh god, Romeu's dead, but it looks like he's recovering. And bit of an underwhelming game, really, considering, you know, it was a derby and it's a single episode and all that. Probably the key highlight is somewhat to blame. Piaka goes yet another match without scoring. I've already had a word with him and I was a bit soft on him. I said, look, I know you're not scoring goals, but, you know, you're still playing all right. Which is true because he's actually got, I think, the highest number of assists so far in our team. Or definitely did before this game, I think. 7 assists so far this season. But really, we need him to rediscover his goal-scoring form that he was given us last season. Fortunately for us this season, Nano's been on fire. But we do need Piaka to reappear from somewhere. But other than that, well done, lads. That was a good win for us. It takes us back to top of the league as we expected. And there we go. So we're only top of the league based on goal difference. But considering we've not conceded a goal in a while, it's, you know, you've got to see it positively. We've got a very, very tough run of games coming up now. Man United in the FL Cup quarter final, which won't be a live com simply because it's too much basically to live com all these games in a row. So what I'm thinking of doing, because the Real Madrid game is going to be an important game for us now, I'm going to play the Man United game off camera because the FL Cup isn't exactly priority as either. And then we'll the next episode will basically be away at Spurs in the league, which will also be an important game. Not really a game we can afford to lose if we are going to keep pushing for the title. And, of course, our important home game against Real Madrid. In a way, if we win that game, we have absolutely nothing to worry about in terms of staying in the Champions League. We're not going to get first place, but a win would be really, really awesome. But goals from Nano and Yang secure us an important win against our rivals in Burnley. And as you guys can see, that's what I was talking about. Piaka, 7 assists so far this season. But we need goals. We need him to find these goals again. Yeah. But until next time, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Wish us luck against Man United. And I'll see you guys for the next episode where we play Spurs and Real Madrid. Also, whilst you guys are gone, just pray that I can cancel this transfer. I think I can, but I'm not sure. But pray to the FM gods. Oh, I need all the help I can get right now. 25.5 million quid on a fullback.